Good morning, everyone. This is Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. It is Sunday. It is a beautiful sunny day here in Philadelphia area. Today is June 11th, 2017. 11 is the Justice card, and that's interesting since Justice was coming up as some final releasing for me yesterday. And I found out this morning that specifically that releasing was for my mother. I spoke about that yesterday as far as my knee pain and the relationship to my mother. But it was just releasing the justice that I didn't owe anything to her, that we had completed our contract basically, and that I was to let go of my codependency with my family, or my parents, specifically my mother. So if that resonates with you, please take a look at your own relationship and see what you're called to do. So again, it's the 11th is Justice card. It's about balance. It's Libran energy, love. Okay. I definitely was getting that I'm in the masculine. My partner is in the feminine today. Clearly, I'm getting a lot of anxiety from my twin today, so I keep clearing it and reassuring them that everything's fine. But definitely they are feeling some anxiety today. And I'm feeling very clear in my present moment. The day specifically is a 27-9, and 27 is the Ace of Wands, so it's very passionate, creative new beginnings. Gives us that extra oomph, coming out of the ones that we had from yesterday's reading. Love and justice. So there's a lot of air energy too, because love is Gemini, the lovers, and justice, Libra. The 27, 7 is the spiritual side of self, or the quiet contemplative side, working through a relationship in order to achieve the 9, which is universal selflessness and love, and endings as well, wrapping up the cycle. It's the end of the cycle. And 1s and 9s are actually known as the strongest of the numbers, because 1's very is that selfish masculine energy that's very focused, so they don't have much confusing them because they're focused. Very strong new beginning energy. And then 9 is the ending of the cycle, so it's also very strong energy, but it's about the opposite, selflessness and service to the world. So that's where we are now. And actually it's a 1 year. You each have your own individual numerological year. So even though the universal year is 1 right now, my year is in a 9 right now. I'm not going to be in a 1 year until my birthday. So even though I have this 1 energy, I'm also being held back in my 9 energy to still complete ridding my life of things that are no longer needed. So everyone's in a different number this year, depending on your date of birth. So when I was doing my cards this morning, as I said, I'm in my masculine. The masculine is in their feminine energy. I got the song again, My Love Does It Good, Paul McCartney and Wings. But I was finding a lot of our cards syncing, so coming closer together. Even though there were different stories coming from different angles, there were certain cards that were all the same. And actually in my numerology cards, they were exactly the same. Trying to remember what we got. Happy ending. And then the underlying energy was individuality. So it's staying, in loving yourself first. So what also came up with my mother and justice was thinking about my father, and Father's Day is coming up as well. My father passed in November last year, but coming up with that is the relationship between my father and my mother. So I see my father as he married his karmic. Okay, so he was a light worker. He was always driven to do what he loved to do. And my mother was very challenging to live with and had a very bad temper. So he wasn't loving himself first by putting up with that. He felt it was his duty. I mean, don't get me wrong, he very much loved my mother. But in that day, it was all about staying together out of duty. And who knows what the real reasons were that my mother tried to kill herself when she was starting out with the kids. I was about 2 years old at the time. So obviously that triggered my abandonment issues. But, it made me think about my father. Had he met his twin, did that trigger my mother into doing this? So you never know. But there definitely was a karmic relationship. And again, nothing is ever perfect. There's always things to work out. Even in the twin flame relationship, you're still going to continue to clear and purify yourselves. But it was interesting that information came up, and it got me thinking about if my dad had met his twin, who might have been his twin, and it made me think about someone that he used to work with, and it's kind of interesting. And then I was getting a date for myself, so that was interesting because it was a date related to my last relationship, so I was asking why. And then I just want to go into the mail headings because there were some really interesting mail headings today. So, special message, plus, and it's the plus sign. Pick up some new sunnies. Victoria's Secret pink, and pink was capitalized. So Victoria's Secret is pink, which is that divine energy, the heart energy, the mental health energy of pink. Fresh new crew. Give Dad the gift of reading, which I actually read after I had gone through this and thinking about my dad and reading about what he might have been going through. The best of the week. Celebrate Dad. Don't miss the main event. View all deals. Last chance. This is it. Him. And that was at 8:08. And then Mary Magdalene, Yeshua. The purpose. Sun, sand, and the summer sail. As in sailing. You're healthier, happier, and carefree. And then I came across Simply Hired alerts, and nothing resonated with me in that message, except I was guided to open it, which is weird because I don't usually do that anymore. But it was at 7:07, so that's why I was guided to open it. And when I opened it, here are some of the job headings, okay? So I was definitely meant to open this email. Change in Circumstance Specialist. Have you ever heard of that job title? Change in Circumstance Specialist. Key holder. And there were two titles, Cook and Cook, which is interesting because it's not just about a cook, but cook relates to me in my life specifically, and the company Cook. But when I looked below under Cook, it said in French, Le pain quotidien. I'm not sure if I'm saying that word right, but quotidien. Anyway, in English, it's literally le pain quotient, basically. And when you look it up, it actually means the daily bread. So I thought that was very cool. And it was listing that it had been posted 3 hours ago. So for those of you who like your threes. The other job titles were extruder operator. And then in the beginning was executive administrative assistant, but it said C-suite, as in the Christ suite. And then public relations assistants was entry level, our entry. So they were all really cool. And then the last one, manager of benefits and compliance. So that's what we're basically doing. We're managing what are our benefits going to be and how are we complying with getting our benefits. Then try to keep these deals under wraps, and then secret sale, like sailing. So try to keep it under wraps. Ends tonight, last day. And at 5:55 was the ultimate summer sale. And then the next one I just got to write down the time. It was 4:14, June 11th, 2017. And then at 10:10, it's about seductive conversation right now for you. At 10:10, it said it's about seductive conversation right now for you. Find the right gift today. Why him? HD. He's your high definition. Thanks for choosing. On demand. On demand. So maybe being seductive has to do with something demanding. And then I after that looked up the pain quotient thing. And at that time it was 10:17 and the male was 1333, 1333. And 27, the date today that it adds up to, is also the, well, I had said this before, it's the Ace of Wands. So going with that into the read, this is for the divine masculine twin flames. We have the center card being the Knight of Cups, clarified by the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the King of Cups reversed. So the Knight of Cups is about an offer of love. But he can also be the one who is charming all the ladies, right? And the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups reversed, I'm getting, is the situation between the two twins. The feminine in her practical side, but not in her power. And then the masculine in his emotional side, not in power. So he's being over-emotional, and she's either maybe worried about practicalities or just not standing in her power. But kind of being, that's showing her in the more masculine, money-oriented, and then him in the more feminine, emotional-oriented. And this is the reason that the masculine is coming, and he's connecting with me, is coming into the Knight of Cups. So, the Knight of Cups wants to offer love. The challenge for that is the moon, clarified by the Queen of Swords. So, and this is interesting because the Queen of Swords is upright on the moon. The clarification cards also on the Knight of Cups can also represent the karmic with the masculine. Her being reversed in her masculine, and him being reversed in his emotional feminine. And then this Queen of Swords being upright as the divine feminine. Okay, that she is upright in control of her thoughts outside of those two who are reversed. And also the masculine recognizing that if this is his karmic with him recognizing that neither one of them are happy, okay? But then the challenge is the moon and illuminating this, the secrets, the psychic things, the romance, the secret things that need illumination. And of course the Queen of Swords is very strong and guarded because she's had a lot of pain and hurt. So that's very representative of the Divine Feminine. And that's leading him into wanting to come out with the truth. But it's still a challenge for him. The underlying energy at the bottom is the Two of Wands. Okay, so I also see that representative of the twin flames. But it is about choosing a path. And the clarifying cards are the Eight of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So I got right away from this that this is the masculine loving himself first, but still finding himself feeling trapped. Okay? Because he needs to make a decision. He needs to choose a path. The bottom of the Rider-Waite Mini deck is the Eight of Cups reversed. So he's feeling his emotions are all confused. He's feeling unsettled, if not more, pouring out his emotions. And then the foundation is the Six of Wands, clarified by the Death card and the Knight of Swords coming. Okay, so this is a bit of a challenge here. I really see this as the masculine, or this one as the feminine, coming in and saying something, not necessarily something bad, but just something piercing to the divine masculine, who it's causing transformation in. Okay? But also look at the Death card. He's not moving a pinch. He's at least pretending that he's in complete control, right? As this information's being delivered to him. Okay, but it's definitely a face-off. And I had a little conversation the other day, so I'm very clear on this. And the Six of Wands, again, is about them. It's about good news. It's about them getting attention, being in that spot where they get a lot of attention and accolades and followers. And it's also passionate. It's like he's trying to ignore the information that he got, that came forward, that bothered him. And he's trying to pretend like it didn't happen, like it doesn't mean anything. Because in the recent past is the Ten of Cups and the Six of Wands reversed. Okay? So this is about, it could be bad news, or it can be not getting attention in his family life. So even though it looks like it's fulfilling, it looks like on the outside that he's got the family, he's got the home, he's got the perfect life, right? All the right connections. That he's really not getting attention at home at all, or he doesn't want that kind of attention, or it's just not good news about his home life, okay? He's not getting attention at home. Alright, so this is the Ten of Swords in the present position in his head and heart, okay? But this is good. It's the ending of all the pain and suffering. And the world is clarifying that, okay? World is the end of the cycle, leading into the end of pain. So this is the end of it, done. Betrayal, suffering. And it's not, this guy's not stabbed in the back, he's stabbed in the front. He was stabbed while watching the whole time. He let it happen. but this is closing of a cycle. And letting it go. So then in the near future is the Eight of Cups, which we got reversed in the underlying energy, clarified by the Lovers. Okay? So he's walking away. He's walking away to his love. He's walking away from all of those emotions that he held on to and achieved. But he's completed that now, and he's going to walk away and find something else. There's something more that's missing. And it has to do with his love, and he's connecting with me. So he's walking away. He's walking away from pain and suffering towards his true love. The way the masculine is seeing himself is the King of Swords. That's clarified by the High Priestess and the Five of Wands reversed. So he's seeing him as in control of his thoughts. And actually this was the outcome card yesterday. And it's interesting because in our feminine energy, we're about mastering control over our thoughts. So that's good. So the clarification is about the High Priestess and conflict. So again, that's reiterating having control over your thoughts through meditative practice and letting go of the need to compete, to react, all of those things. So he's feeling in control of his thoughts now. Now it's also the swords, so it has to do with pain and suffering, which ties right into the completion of the Ten of Swords energy. You know, he's taking all that with him. He's felt a lot of pain, and he's overcoming it, at least in his thoughts right now, and he's connecting with me the whole time here. And then his environment is the Four of Swords, clarified by the Strength reversed, the Knight of Pentacles, and then the Ace of Swords. So it's about him needing strength to go forward in his truth, straight. Him needing strength to move forward in his truth, in his divine truth, they're telling me. So he is resting and trying not to think, controlling his thoughts, maybe hopefully meditating, so he can gather this strength. And the truth, the triumph, the Ace of Swords is on top of the Romance Angel cards that were pulled, which are about trust and staying optimistic. Okay. So trust says this situation is calling for you to have faith. It's about him being in his truth. And stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And he's practicing making an offer. The bottom of the Romance Angels is underlying energy of romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And underneath that was unrequited love. So it's past the unrequited love and now having romantic feelings. The hopes and fears is the Temperance card. So it's definitely his fear about his need to stay in balance. Be patient, take one step at a time. Okay? And then it's clarified by the Hermit and the Three of Cups reversed. So Three of Cups reversed is about not coming together, about, it could be nasty gossip. It can be a third-party situation. But it's about him isolating because of all these things. And the isolation is helping him to come into balance and find his patience again. Okay, with the people around him. That's why he's isolating, to maintain his balance. But that he's also, that's his hope. But it's also a fear that, can he maintain this? When he walks away from his situation, maintaining balance, they're right next to each other. And then the outcome is the Fool, clarified by the Knight of Cups reversed and the Tower. So he's feeling jealousy, which he wasn't expecting to feel. It could also be him recognizing that he no longer needs that kind of attention, that kind of sexual attention from everybody. That he doesn't need to be a Casanova anymore. But something triggered this because the Tower's there. But these thoughts and feelings have led into the Fool. So now feeling like he wants to walk away and take a leap of faith with his trusted friend, that he knows that his heart is his home. And he's got a flower in his hand, by the way, for his true love. And the sun is shining. He's got a feather in his cap. He's walking toward the Ten of Swords. And the completion of the world. He's coming to either his karmic to wrap up final things, or he's actually coming to his feminine, who he knows has been in that kind of pain, and letting go of him. Then I have the cards clarifying the Fool to the right. I have the Five of Pentacles, Justice, and the Ace of Chalices. True love, justice and balance, Libra energy. And then that old-fashioned romance. The Lovers out in the cold. And all you need is your heart, because that's your home. I'm getting connection with that. It's really a loving energy. And justice can also be about finalizing divorce, contracts, all that kind of stuff. New love and romance. And that's on top of the numerology deck's self-love card. And we got the same exact ones from yesterday. Self-love 61, which is a 7. Okay, so that's quiet, healing time. It's about self-love. And orange, sacral chakra, sex and creativity. And then the parenting card is today, parenting, I think yesterday parenting was the main card and self-love was the underlying energy, and today's switch. So parenting is the underlying energy, and it's yellow, sacral chakra. And that's 63-9, again, that endings energy. The other side of the Fool, the Tarot Sexual Magic, we have these 3 cards is the Ten of Ten of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Four of Pentacles. Okay. So that's about final judgment, wake-up call, call to action in regards to family money. And holding on to those things, but at the same time it's about fantasies and connecting with the feminine in the 5D. It's a wake-up call. And I wanted to say something too about yesterday. When I was watching it, the phone kept ringing and ringing and ringing, and it never rings that much. Not the amount of times it rings, but also the ringing went on forever, and it doesn't usually ring that much. It was a wake-up call. It was a call to action. During so much of the read yesterday, it was meant for the masculine. It has to do with the judgment today and justice. And again, the justice card came up again, so it's about justice and family and releasing attachments to family. It's going from rest and meditation to balance to freedom of the Fool, taking a leap of faith, and also going from the King of Swords, going on a journey to being free. And then the Ten of Cups goes to the Ten of the Knight of Cups, to the Eight of Cups, to the Temperance card, which is Sagittarius. So it's like not putting a limit on love, which is a really nice thought. And then we have the Two of Wands in the bottom row, going to the Six of Wands, to the King of Swords, to the Four of Swords. So it was like, being defensive and trying out that attention again, the passion energy, but then going back to the thoughts and controlling those thoughts. That I need to meditate, I need to rest, and find what's real, what's in my heart. So it's really good. And we have two tens? We got the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Cups, so that's definite endings to cycles. We got the World upright, which is end of cycle. End. The bottom of the Tarot of Sexual Magic is the King of Pentacles. Okay, so underlying energy. The masculine wants to chase someone around the pole. Under that was the Dreams card, or the multiple options. The numbers, let's see, the major arcana, we have the Moon, the Temperance card, and the Fool. Balancing emotions and taking a leap of faith were the main issues here. And then number-wise, we have 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? All even numbers. We have 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Very interesting. And really, the even numbers are more feminine. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 0 is source. That's actually from the Fool. Major arcana. I don't usually count that, but they actually have a 0 for the Fool, as opposed to a Roman numeral. So that's source energy. 2 is feminine energy. 4 is stability. 6 is love, family. 8 is inner strength and power, action. And then 10 is New beginning, Wheel of Fortune. The wheel turns. Then for my oracle cards, for the Ascension deck, on the bottom of the deck, if you're interested, is the 12 chakras. And Kuan Yin was under that. So, releasing your childhood issues, okay, your inner child. I awaken my 12 fifth dimensional chakras, so work on clearing your chakras today. And you have that one energy, so there should be lots of masculine energy for the feminine to do those things. But it's also a reminder to the masculine, this is for you, underlying energy is about your chakras. And balance, if you want to be balanced, you need to learn a balancing practice to balance your aura and your chakras. Or clear your aura and your chakras and balance. The cards that came out, we got 3 actually. Neptune, the Sun, which is 10, and El Moria, which is 44. And I'll read them to you. The Sun, 10, again, 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, 19 is the Sun, and 44 is the 4 of Cups. It's that offer of love and the contemplation thereof. So the Sun reads, the Sun is the navel chakra of this universe, and we got this yesterday. It radiates the divine masculine principles onto us. Choosing this card suggests the universe is calling on you to develop your qualities of decisive action, protecting the vulnerable, rational thinking, courage, and strength. So the masculine is being encouraged to go back into his masculine. Invoke the Sun in order to light up your aura and fill you, and I got a connection on that, and fill you with renewed enthusiasm for life. This energy will enable you to help everyone feel welcome and empowered, which is an important ascension quality. Your guidance is to fill your aura with brilliant golden light, be true to yourself, and act decisively today. Affirmation, I radiate golden light and take decisive action today. Neptune, 19. Neptune is the planet of higher spirituality, and the wisdom of Atlantis and Lemuria is held within its ascended aspect. You are blessed, for you only receive this card when you're ready to receive their information. Your guidance is to tune into your Earth Star chakra, then connect with Neptune, the cosmic Earth Star chakra. Archangel Sandalphon oversees this center. He nurtures your divine potential and will help you download the spiritual light you're waiting for. This will expand your consciousness and greatly assist your ascension journey, and the affirmation reads, I attune to the wisdom of Atlantis and Lemuria, held in Neptune. And then El Moria is 44, and that's an angelic 44. It's an angelic number. El Moria is Kohan of the first ray of action. He is helping us with the changes ahead and our opportunities for ascension. He is a member of the White Brotherhood and originates from Mercury. So in order to get back into the masculine for the feminine, the masculine is being guided to take action, be physical, do things. El Moria will soon become the Manu, the perfected man, on whom the new root race of humanity, with its 12 strands of connected and active DNA, will be based. In drawing this card, you're asked to lead by example, employing the self-discipline, strength, and integrity of an ascended master. You're reminded to use your power for the highest good. And the affirmation is, I stand in my power. Radiating golden light and taking decisive action today in your power and using wisdom and attuning to Neptune, Atlantis and Lemuria and Neptune. Then from the past life deck, the underlying energy is lessons and blessings. Okay, there's a watch there. That might be significant to some of you. Time. And underneath that is transportation. So some kind of lessons and blessings regarding travel or some kind of transportation. Maybe you're transporting somewhere. The 2 cards that came out, Wisdom and Farm. You can see that clearly. So wisdom is tying in the Neptune card, okay, because I was talking about wisdom. And then farm, it's reminding the masculine that his wisdom comes from the simple life connection. The simple life the outdoors, the animals, the appreciating of every moment. And to tune into the unicorns, I'm still getting connection about the wisdom. I have connected with a unicorn who I'm very close to, actually. And that these are your best lessons and blessings were from those lives where you had a simple life. More connection. And then the journey of love, the bottom of the deck is Beauty, number 58, which is a 4. And the card that popped is the Blood Dance. And that's about the blood dance, going out to the extremities and then coming back to the heart. Being close to the divine, moving away from the divine, and then coming back. And going through everything we've gone through the past few years so that we know, we have a knowing that no matter how detached from the divine we feel, it's always going to return and come back. That we're always attached. It never actually goes away. It's just the practice of having faith. And by the way, 42 is the Two of Cups, which is the sacred union. And 58 is the Four of Swords, so that's about meditation and stability, rest, and the beauty in that. And that when you feel detached from the divine, to go do that, it helps you feel attached again. Okay, so I'm going to read you the Blood Dance, which is 42. And again, 42 is 6, about love. And to my dad's soul number was 42. And it's me and my sister's outer personality number. And my daughter's life lesson number. So 42, the Blood Dance. The heart craves life and the blood responds. In relationship to each other, life happens. The desire and the action, the movement of cycles, drawing in and letting go, rushing to the center and pushing far away to the extremities. It is the cycle of relationship, dancing between self and other, into oneness and into individuality. So it is with human beings in relationship with each other, and with human beings in the divine essence. Sometimes the heart of God feels so close. It's as though our own inner passion is the very blood rushing through it. Then we journey far, bringing our nourishment to where it is needed, to those who are cold and lonely, to the farthest reaches of our own dark self, that we may, if very brave, dare to love completely, and Spirit's connecting with me. Though we can be lonely for the warmth of the center then, craving that feeling of being at home soon enough, we are called back, and I'm still getting connection, to the core of the divine heart, and the cycle continues. Remember that you're always in this dance of life. More connection. You are never apart from the divine. It is just that sometimes our natural flow is easier to feel that divine presence than at other times, yet you're always the blood connected to the heart. This oracle brings you confirmation that you're connected to the divine source, to all that is. If you're experiencing a phase of feeling cut off from yourself, from your body, from another, or from the divine, even from your own feelings, spiritual connection or intuition, be reassured that this is temporary and part of the cycle of life itself. Soon all connection shall return with even greater warmth and nourishment, welcoming you home again with great love. If you feel you've been journeying in life and fear that you've lost your way, do not trouble yourself, precious soul. You are never far from the divine heart and will always be called home. And the poem reads, Love's language speaks like sound of falling leaves, caressing wind to bear aroma sweet. You ask if I can love and measure true, and give emotions weight the scales due. Each tear releases more than words can say, expressing all my heart wants to convey. And interesting, the next page is the bride offers herself. I am going to my retreat, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to do a read tomorrow. I have to concentrate on packing. I'll be away for 10 days. I'm going to the south of France to a Mary Magdalene retreat in all of the sacred energy areas for where Mary and Jesus traveled. So I'm excited to feel that energy and what epiphanies may come from that. And I was guided to buy myself something over there. But I'm going to leave that to myself. Thank you everyone so much for your likes, subscribes, shares, and all your comments were great yesterday. You're all doing great. Just be patient with yourselves. There's no way around this journey and the pain that's associated with, except lessening the pain. But that's what we're learning. We're learning as we go in these pain cycles of going back out to the body and then back again. It's the same kind of cycle. You go into the pain, learn it, understand it, bring it to your conscious, release it, and then go back to joy. So it's that same cycle. And as you go on this journey, the cycles come smaller and smaller and smaller, and so that when you come into union, you can actually have harmonious union together, that you won't create a disharmony between you. So you really want to clear all of this stuff as much as you can before you come into union, so you don't take it into union with you. So that's the whole point of this. So once you get into union, the purging becomes a much smaller circle. So you go into the purge and very quickly come back out of it. So this is what we're going through. But it's staying in you. The only way you can get to this is in you, by believing in yourself and staying true to yourself and bringing joy to yourself, and be patient with yourself and those around you. So if you'd like to book a session, my email, website are below. As I said, I probably won't be doing much of Reiki healing with my third energy while I'm away. But if you would like a read, that kind of thing, just email me and I'll see if I can make time to do that. I will be traveling Tuesday to Wednesday, so I won't be able to connect with anyone for sure during that time. I think that's it. Be good to yourselves. Enjoy your day. And don't worry. All is as it should be. Just love yourself first. Forgive yourself. Forgive your twin. And be well.